Get out your calculators, Undertoads. This game is all about the numbers. This was the first racing game released for the Super Nintendo. It takes place in the year 2560. It uses a groundbreaking graphics technology called Mode 7, and when Nintendo held a meeting to brainstorm a name for it, they asked, well, how many racing games are cooler, faster, and ballsier than this one? They answered in unison, f***ing zero. The rest, as they say, is history. This is the so-named F-Zero for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Released alongside the console as a launch title in 1991, F-Zero was a racing game unlike any before it. The packaging boldly stated this was the race of the 26th century, but it wasn't until you actually opened it up and popped it into your console that you could even begin to comprehend what that marketing slogan meant. This was a white-knuckle game built from neck-breaking speed, futuristic cityscapes, and comic book coolness. It wasn't a racer for gearheads who obsess over car models and engine sizes. As I understand it, F-Zero vehicles don't even have engines, or fuel tanks for that matter. They run on an oily and non-biodegradable mixture of 93% perspiration, 6% electricity, 4% evaporation, and 2% butterscotch ripple. They're also quite expensive. F-Zero races take place a few centuries from now, when the wealthiest people in the figuratively shrinking universe devise a dangerous new form of entertainment, a hover car racing tournament known as F-Zero. This Super Nintendo classic marks the debut of the franchise, which has spawned a sequel on each of the company's subsequent consoles. Except, of course, the Wii. I mean, come on, Nintendo, what are you waiting for? Give us a Falcon Punch right in the spleen! F-Zero is arcade racing at its most exhilarating, and it all started here. You choose a racer from 4 hover cars, each with its own unique grip and performance characteristics. And once you hit the tracks, it doesn't take long for the speeds to climb in excess of 500 kilometers an hour, and as fast as the game plays, it hooks you even faster. F-Zero's unique mechanics create a unique racer that's all about gliding and drifting. And that's what's so impressive about the game's design. It really feels like you're controlling a vehicle hovering above the track. You don't feel grounded, so to speak, and the gameplay has a very distinct feel as a result. It's tremendously challenging to navigate the sudden turns of F-Zero's spectacular tracks thanks to that hovering feel and the game's ridiculous speeds, but it's never cheap or unfair. F-Zero is a genuine challenge, and even when you're taking damage, struggling to survive an ensuing explosion, even when you're flying off the course and your race ends in a plume of thick smoke, even when you lose, F-Zero is still a blast to play. But to me, what really solidifies F-Zero as such a memorable game is its irresistibly cool aesthetic. Even in 16-bit, F-Zero drivers are renegades. There are fan favorites, there are evil villains. If Stan Lee ran the Daytona 500, it might look a lot like F-Zero. A race infused with superheroes, spectacular alien landscapes, and masked marauders from other worlds. If only there were multiplayer. Otherwise, the original F-Zero is as playable today as it was 20 years ago. And fortunately, it's available on the Wii's Virtual Console, so buy it. Maybe Nintendo will finally get the hint.